Hello everyone, Namaste, Meherba, Ni Hao, Annyeonghaseyo. My dear students, I know that you are here as you are anxious and scared about what is going to happen in the examination. I do agree that mathematics is a difficult subject to understand, but only when you don't understand what is being taught to you. I can assure you that I will try to keep my lectures simple and easy for you to understand the concepts and the methods. I'm starting this lecture series for semester 2 of first year engineering subject applied mathematics 2. But I will not stop there. I will also record lectures for semester 1, semester 3 and semester 4 as well. I will also tell you the weightage of each of the topic and marks of the questions in the university examination, because from the student's point of view it is very important for you to understand or you to know how many marks will be there for each formula or each topic. So please stay tuned and follow this YouTube page, YouTube account, like and comment on this video. While during the video session or during this video lectures, I will be telling you to pause the video and do some activities. So be prepared for that. I would also like that if you can, leave comments. If you have any queries, you can write down your comments under the video. Also, you can go to my FB page and IG account called as Mad About Mathematics. You can DM me in Instagram if you have any queries. So let's get started, my dear students. So for semester 2, I'm going to start with a simple topic called as numerical integration. This topic is very important because it carries about 8 marks in the semester examination, and there will be one compulsory question of 8 marks in your university exam. So please note this down. So what is numerical integration? You all must have studied in 12th standard what is integration, indefinite, definite integration. The graphical meaning of integration is finding the area under the curve, etc. But whenever you come across a real life situation where you are not a mathematician and you want to find the answer in terms of a number and not as a function, then what do we do? So in that case, we make use of some simple formulas and convert our analytical integration method into numerical methods. So we need to remember one thing very clearly, that numerical methods and analytical methods are different, and there will be some difference between the answers that you get from analytical method and answers that you get from numerical methods. So normally analytical methods give you exact answer and numerical methods give you approximate answer. So the difference between exact and the approximate answer is called as error, and this error factor is very important when you talk in terms of real life applications. We will dwell or talk on this more when you come across that situation. Before we go to the formulas, I would like you to now pause the video, and I want you to find out what are the applications of this numerical integration topic in real life world. Okay, so you must have paused and thought about it. So I can just give you one or two examples. So the rocket science uses numerical integration. The naval architecture also uses numerical integration. You can search the internet and see what exactly I mean by that. So let us go ahead and look at the different types of formulas. Okay. So there are three formulas. First is the trapezoidal rule. Second is the Simpson's 1/3 rule, and third is the Simpson's 3/8 rule. So let us understand what are each formulas are. So for the given integral a to b, this is a definite integral a to b fx dx. Suppose this integral is difficult to solve by using analytical method, the methods which you have already studied or you know, or suppose if it is a real life problem, then we can solve it numerically using this formula. Right now you must be thinking, oh my god, this is the bigger formula than what methods that I have learned. But let me assure you that this is going to be very easy for you. So let me read the formula. So first formula, integration a to b fx dx can be obtained by using the formula h by 2 into bracket into another bracket y0 plus yn bracket complete plus 2 times the remaining y values, that is y1 plus y2 etc. up to yn minus 1. Okay, this is a shortcut formula. So what does this say? H by 2 into bracket capital X plus 2 times capital R. So I will tell you what is the meaning of this X and R. First of all, what are these Y values? So these values are called as ordinates. Ordinates means you are given fx. Normally what is fx? Fx is equal to y. So for all the corresponding values of x, you will get the corresponding values of y. So for example, for fx naught will be denoted as y naught. F of xn will be yn. F of x1 will be y1. F of x2 will be y2 and so on. Okay. So this is how you get these y values, and we denote them by in order y0, y1, y2 etc. up to yn. Now what is h? So as you have different values of x and we have corresponding values of y, h is called as the length of the interval. So basically h is what? It is the difference between the two consecutive values of x. Okay. The formula for h is given as b minus a upon n. So what is b? B is the upper limit, a is the lower limit. Now what is n? N is the number of intervals. All this will be mentioned in your example. After explaining you the formulas, we will be in the next lecture we will be talking about what are the different types of examples that you will come across, and during that lecture I will explain you what exactly n and h etc. all these letters mean. So a is a lower limit, b is a upper limit, y is equal to fx, and yi is not, yi means this y0 to yn is fxi, I going from 0 to n minus 1, and this is how you can calculate x. Okay, many a times x and y values are both given in a tabular form. That example is the easiest example, but most of the time it is not given. So what do we do? Then we'll check if x is given. If x is given, we can calculate fxi. Okay. If x is not given, we will calculate x values, then we will calculate fxi values, the corresponding y values, and then we will write down these formulas and simplify and substitute and find your answer. So this is the formula for trapezoidal rule. I would like you to now pause the video and write down this formula 5 times so that you will remember this. Also write down the meaning of each of these letters. Okay, alphabets, these are all important alphabets, you need to remember this. I will now stop my lecture here, and in the next lecture I will explain the next 2 rules, and if possible I will also talk about the types of examples. Thank you.